Do I regret moving clubs? I don't know, but we are going to find out today. We are about 5 games into the season of the Philippines Build a Nation Save, and in this episode, we are taking on both of our former clubs. We start off against Mendiola away, and then we are home to Manila Monte, which should be an interesting game. But last time I saw you all, we beat Army 5-2 away from home, and then we had a really solid win against Stallion 1-0 at home. And then since then, I've played 3 matches. So I've played Grelly United away 5-1, Loyola we beat 3-2 away, and then the Philippines Youth National Team we beat 3-0 at home. And while these were 3 really good wins, admittedly, we haven't really been tested yet. And I think these 2 matches here are going to be the first times we've really been tested this season, other than this match against Stallion. But we've had some really encouraging signs to start off this season. Matt Orr has been the absolute star player this season. In these 5 matches, he has 6 goals and 3 assists. He has been by far our best player, an 8.16 average rating. But Aoki's gotten 2 goals, mostly off the bench, which is really good to see. Gayoso with 2 goals and 2 assists. I would like him to score a few more goals, but I think he'll continue to get better. And then new signing William Gaucho has been really good as well. His free kick taking has been really solid, even though you see all these downward arrows. He has been really good this season, but he's got really good free kick taking and long shots. So he's been really good. He started off the season really well. So I'm really excited of what we're seeing from our players so far. Our start to the season has put us top of the table, 5 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses, 15 points. However, the table is a bit misleading. Mendiola have only played 4 matches, so they do have a match in hand against us, and they have a better goal differential. So we are playing them today, and they will likely beat us. But that being said, even if they just played their match in hand against another team, they probably would be in first and we'd be in second. But as long as we finish in the top 4, I'm happy. That means we make the championship playoffs, which is exactly where we want to be at this point in time. But today's going to be tough because we play Mendiola away, but then we have Manila Monte, who have had a good start to the season. Manila Monte are in 5th, which suggests that with a new coach, they're doing just as good as we were, which means we built up a good team, and they seem to have rebuilt well. They've beaten Loyola, One Taguig, and Manila Digger at home, and Vitriolo getting a hat trick, Jasper Manjohari getting 2 goals. So they still got a really good team. They're still doing really well. And obviously we play them today, and if they beat us, then I don't know. I guess we'll see if we made the right decision or not, depending on how this match goes today. But first up, we do have Mendiola at home. Mendiola, as usual, have been absolutely brilliant. They've also been really good in their Champions League 2 group stage, which is something we're interested in for the Build a Nation. The fact that they're playing teams from Iraq and Iran, and in the group stage, they're still in first and doing well, that does bode well for us and suggests that Mendiola have still been really good and been really good with rebuilding the squad subsequently since the start of the save. And while they have quite a few players even that we were looking at and were on my short list over the summer, apparently, they are a really good team. Juan Kwang Son was someone we were looking at. I mean, he's way better than anyone have got. Of course, they still have Jesus Mendoza, and Jason Pendant is a phenomenal player at wingback. He was a player available on a free transfer who did end up going to Mendiola, but their team is still really good. And that is the team we are going up against first. So without further ado, let's get into the match. Mendiola away from home. This is going to be the starting lineup. I am going with Aoki to start the match today, just because he's done kind of well. Gayosa hasn't been brilliant, so I'm going to give Aoki the start. But otherwise, it is going to be a full first-team squad. Schwarzer in goal, Menzi, Gaucho, Okiagu, and Bugas. Bugas comes back into the lineup. Awarafi, Minu, and Amita make up the center of midfield. De Bruyker on the right, and then Aoki and Orr up top. We are going to be counting on Orr to have a really good match today. But that all being said, let's get into the match. Let's see how we do. And we get things underway. Aoki gets us started. Big match at Mendiola. Let's see how good we really are. We actually have maybe an early opportunity here. De Bruyker to Aoki to Amita. Into De Bruyker. This is a good shot. Oh, what a save from David Seed. A really good opportunity to start the match. I don't know if we have the aerial ability here to really be able to do anything on Mendiola off corners. It goes to Orr. It's over the bar. Obermeyer with the throw. He finds Mendoza. Out to Obermeyer again. He finds Gomez. That's really good play. And we are 4 minutes into the match and down 1-0. If we were going to get anything from this match, we needed a good start. Allowing an early goal is not the way to do that. Gomez carrying the ball forward for Mendiola here. Good tackle from Amita, but it only finds Obermeyer down the line to Jesus Mendoza. They're going down our left-hand side, which is vulnerable. What a finish. I was just about to say that it's vulnerable because we just have Bugas on that side, but Obermeyer's hit an absolute belter. David Seed rolls us out to Gomis. Down to Obermeyer. They are destroying that side of the pitch. Well done, Alwarafi. We've had a tough start to this match, but that doesn't mean that we can't get back into it, at least get a little bit of a respectable result. But Mendiola have dominated, unfortunately. Other than that highlight at like 40 seconds in, we've done nothing. Gomez here, it's a good ball into Mendoza. Mendoza's going to cross it. We're down 3-0. Wow, this is horrific. Lingbo here for the throw. It's been all Mendiola. Finds Han, finds Mendoza. We're down 4-0. I thought we would be a lot closer than this with how the season has started. And we are down 4-0. We're not even half an hour in. And Orr standing over the corner here is our first highlight since the beginning, and we've scored. Well, that's our first highlight since the very beginning of the match. We've made it 4-1. I don't know if that's going to mean anything, but at least we've scored. Well, it is now halftime, and it's 4-1, and we've been horrible. We're going to tell the team as such and move into the second half here. Mendiola get us underway. We just got to get something better from the second half. Everyone's been poor. We just need to have some kind of improved performance here. Obermeyer with the throw. He finds Mohendiki. I think that's the guy's name. But Atangana carrying it forward. He passes it back to a lot of players I don't recognize on this Mendiola team, to be honest. Oh, that's a terrible header. Oh, we're just playing so poorly. It's just a terrible header to clear it. They've capitalized. It's 5-1. This has been an awful match. Wow, we are terrible. Well, with how this match is going, we need subs. I'm actually bringing on Rohaiza. Julian Schwartzer's had an absolute stinker. Buffon's coming on for Menzi. Do I have another sub? No, that's it. Tell them I have faith in them. With how poorly this match is going, we just need to make subs. I don't want to deal with the question in the press conference too, like why didn't you sub out this player? I could have subbed out the whole team. But all right, 5-1. Let's just get to the end of the match. Well, we are in fact at the end of the match. There's been not many highlights in the second half, fortunately. That is full time. A 5-1 loss to Mendiola, a really, really poor performance. Yeah, I thought we were closer than we were here. We're going to tell them we're angry. No. Will we be that mean? No, we shouldn't be that. We're definitely going to point a finger. Let's be assertive. We'll tell them why we don't like what we saw. And let's move forward. Well, apparently we are still very far away from Mendiola. I was hoping we'd be a lot closer to them. And actually, I think we did better last season with Manila Monte than we just did. But we got a new team. They're still getting used to it. It's a tough loss. I wish we did a little bit better. They did so well, actually, that I never did this when I was there. But the AI version of Filipino FM is giving them a day off. So good for them. Shadide is injured. It's only out for 2 to 3 days. That is fine. We, of course, substituted our keeper. Oh, man. I definitely wish we had done better in that match. Well, that loss drops us down to third now, actually. Stallion on goal differential have moved above us, so that's a little annoying. But that all being said, we are still very far away from Mendiola. But we have another match. We will play Manila Monte. I guess this will be the true test of are we any better than we were last season. I mean, we can always lose big to Mendiola, but we have Manila Monte at home. We'll do that match in about a week, so I'll move forward to then and see you all for that match. All right, we are on the 20th of September, and we are here to play Manila Monte. And as far as how Manila Monte did in their last match, they drew 0-0 to Aguilas. which honestly isn't a terrible result. I probably would have been happy with that last season. But a look at the PFL table still has them in fifth. They're only 2 points behind us, and they haven't lost a match this season. In 3 wins, 3 draws. They are them and Mendiola are the only two undefeated teams in the league. That's actually wild to look at. The two teams we play today are the two undefeated teams. But they've had a good start to the season. Their players have had a good start to the season. Jasperman Johari is only 1 goal behind Matt Orr in the race for the Golden Boot, and Vitriolo's got 3 goals to start the season. So we are up against a good team here. We built a good team at Manila Monte, and we're gonna have to try and take them down. With that all being said, this is the team that's going to go out and play Manila Monte. We are continuing, of course, with the 4-3-1-2. A couple of changes, though. I do want Gayoso back into the lineup, so he's going to go with Matt Orr here. Shadide is going to come in on the right. I just don't know if De Bruyker has played super well to start the season. I was really disappointed with how he did in the last match. So I'm going to stick Shadide here. We're going to come in with the normal central midfield trio here. And then I was really disappointed with Okiagu, so I think Njai is going to come in here. Njai's good jumping reach, so I think that could allow him to play well in this match, so he'll be the one that moves in here. But that is the team. Actually, I'm curious to see, how are they lining up Manila Monte now that we left, real quick. They're going with a pretty defensive formation, actually, so they've been doing really well with like a 3-3-2-2 or a 5-3-2 sort of formation. So they're a lot more defensive, but it is a similar team to what we saw before. But all right, this is the team. We've seen the tactic we're up against. Let's get into the match. And Manila Monte get us underway. It is Jasperman Johari who gets things started. Out to Louis Sykes. Did we make the right decision by going to United City? We'll learn a lot from this match here. If we can beat Manila Monte, I'll be feeling good, but they could definitely put in a good performance here and make things interesting. And we have our first highlight of the match. Eunice, I think he's a new signing for Manila Monte going live, but William Gacho winning it nicely. He finds we are into Kyamin now to Bugas. Bugas, can he get a shot off? He's going around nicely to the outside here. Get the cross in. Gayoso, what a save by Ray Joyel. Gayoso needs to find the back of the net there. But the highlight will continue here. Menzi with a throw to Amita to Shadide. Good ball. We should be winning. That's a great opportunity. Menzi with the throw here. I was actually thinking about making a change, but I'll wait till after the highlight. Find Shadide. Back post, Matt Orr. Oh, that's a good opportunity. I think we'll go and make that change now. I'm going to switch Orr and Gayoso. I think Orr will get a few more chances there. But a good start. And Menzi with the throw. He finds Amita. Menzi to the back post. That's why we switched to Orr. Orr's got to finish there. What a chance. We're getting chances in on those crosses. Joyel here. See if Manila Monte can play at the back. No, they're going to go long. We should win that. We've definitely dominated the match. Not super a lot of chances, but we've definitely been the better team. I think our high line is working nicely here. We've been able to get pressure and keep the ball in their half. That's a good ball in. Shadide, that's a great ball. Gayoso, find the back of the net. Javier Gayoso scores, and we take the lead against our former club. We take a 1-0 lead. That was really nice play, actually. Genuinely, some really nice play to get the ball wide and ended up cutting it back to Gayoso. Like, that's a great cutback. All right, I feel a little bit better with that 1-0 lead now. And it looks like we actually have a kickoff highlight here. Very interesting. Is this going to be our chance or theirs? That's always the question with kickoff highlights. It goes back to Joyel. They'll look to play it in the midfield. Can we step forward? That's a good win. There we go. Well done, boys. Amita, now we can carry it forward. That's the ball in behind. Javier Gayoso, find the cross. Matt Orr, 2-0. That is how you want to end the first half. A quick fire double for United City. And we can breathe a sigh of relief for the second half. And we have a corner here to end the first half. William Gaucho. He's going to play it into the back post to Orr. And Matt Orr finds the back of the net. The back post corner, and we lead 3-0. What an end to the first half. Matt Orr with the double, Gayoso getting one, and that is the perfect ending to the first half. And we do take that 3-0 lead into halftime. We are going to tell them it's good stuff. This is a good way to bounce back after the really disappointing performance against Mendiola. This is a good way to bounce back against our former club, showing here we've made the right decision and the right move. And we can kind of coast through the second half as long as we don't do anything, as long as we don't get complacent. I feel pretty good. I say that here, but Manila Monte with an immediate chance. Goes to Dacera. Alquiros is really their first chance. And then Suzuki, I think he's a new signing. Matt Orr defending well, the forward getting back, putting in the hard yards. But Manila Monte will be patient. They have good players. I mean, we know how good players like Jahari and Vitriolo are, how deadly they can be in front of goals. So we need to be aware of that. So they can certainly get something going here. But a long highlight here. They're being patient. Jahari's in. And could this turn around and become our highlight now as Schwarzer wins it nicely? He finds Minu. Minu with a great ball. Wasn't such a great ball. It falls to Vitriolo. He's going to shoot probably. No, he's going to cross it. I'm surprised he didn't take. Oh, that's good. Really good play from Vitriolo. Sykes couldn't score, but it was actually decent stuff from them. And once again, a high second half of very few highlights here for either team. But Jahari's in. What a save! Oh, he just missed. What a chance for Manila Monte. Short corner here from Manila Monte. That's not something we ever did. Goes to Jahari. They've actually been the better team in the second half. They've had most of the chances. But it goes to Suzuki, Leumas. I don't know some of these players. They definitely signed a few players. Jahari, and it's just wide. They've definitely signed a few players in the offseason. All right, we are well past here. This should be the end of the match. A good 3-0 win. Manila Monte were better in the second half, but our flurry of goals at the end of the first half definitely allowed us to win this game fairly comfortably. But 3-0 victory against our former club, I am definitely happy with that. Well, after the poor performance against Mendiola, I am quite happy that we got a relatively solid 3-0 victory against our former club, Manila Monte. Matt Orr, once again, being the star of the show. We are absolutely going to praise his performance because he has been brilliant this season. But he's going to be our main guy. I mean, 8 goals, 7 appearances, 7.99 overall rating. He's going to be their guy we rely on for the entirety of this season. And that victory against our former club, with everyone having played 7 matches in the season, keeps us in third at this point. So we are tied on points with Stallion and 3 points behind Mendiola. Stallion, of course, are in the AFC Champions League too, as well, as we're just behind them on goal difference. I'm curious to see how they've done in the AFC Champions League too. So they won in the playoff and made the group stage, and they have a win and a loss. So that puts them third. Actually, they're doing pretty well. The Filipino team's doing pretty well in European competition so far. We have players who are doing really well, like Matt Orr and Gaucho, and I think Warafi have all started really well, but we also have players who I think can do better. Despite Gayoso having a good average rating and 3 goals, I think he'll continue to improve. And the one that we really need to improve is De Bruyker. He has not had a good start to the season. No goals and no assists. I need to figure out how to get the best out of him because we're going to need him for the season. Shadide's been good, but we're going to need both of those players if we're going to go far as contending for the PFL Cup and the title are concerned. But I guess we've answered the question. I don't regret moving. We did beat Manila Monte, so we are on an upward trajectory. But as far as what's next is concerned, I think I'm just going to play and see where we end up. I want to move the Build a Nation save more quickly, obviously. So I'm just going to play and see where we end up. We've got the PFL Cup second round. We should win this match. So I'm not going to come back for that. I don't know when we're going to come back, but again, I'll just play forward and see where I end up with. So I will see you all in the next episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys are enjoying season 3 of the Build a Nation Save. And I will see you all next time. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves. And I will see you all soon. Bye.